it was good with it. Faithful Boys Podcast. Bang, bang to the gang. Y'all know what we do here. We bang and we can't no more, which means we bang to infinity. Benjamin, that's good. Uncle Keith, P Warrior, shouts out to prayers. Fellas, we rolling in off the clip. Brock Purdy. Uh, if y'all are one of the faithful who tune in, y'all are familiar with Third and Jawan. Had a lot of that going on in that last game, so figure we'd roll out with that clip saying it was uh, one of the more substantial plays that was made in the game. But what's happening with y'all, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing well, my brother. Doing well.
That's
Good.
what's up. Doing good since we got out of there with that dub, huh?
We won that game. Point blank. Period. We did what we had to do. And we need to get it done. Offense, defense, changes, injuries. We won the game.
Look, that's what the scopes say. Oh, you hear me?
Mhm.
That's for sure.
We had some questions answered, and we have some questions raised again.
Same question for me, baby, but we definitely gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like you say though, on end of the day came out with the dub. I wouldn't say win as we, I guess, wanted it to go per se, but still end result still the same. So shit, I guess we could tackle Green Bay before we get on to the real treat. You know what I'm saying? Those good old lines. You know what I'm saying? Definitely should be a formidable opponent. You know what I'm saying? So let's get y'all thoughts on Green Bay.
To be honest with you, Green Bay came out to play smash mouth football and took a lot of cheap shots in the first quarter. And I wrote, when we were watching the game, I said, y'all done pissed Purdy off in the fourth quarter because they kept going for his knees, head shots, and that was a game within the game. And I'll be honest with you, their quarterback is lovely. They got a good running back, and the receiving core is coming up. The defense is not bad. They deserve to be in the game. We should have blown them out, but we didn't.
Real. All right. Peoria.
Well, in my opinion, they got outplayed. Green Bay outplayed them until the end of the game, honestly. Um,
Outplayed, out coached.
on some
Made
level,
it to matter.
more outplayed to me. I think losing Debo messed the game plan up, but overall, I just, on both sides of the ball, on the line of scrimmage, they got whipped till the end. When they had to make the plays, they made them. But see, our expectation was, come on, man, y'all been off for the bye. You had all the time off. Y'all should be fresh. In the full quarter, y'all should be rolling them over because y'all the fresher team. But Green Bay was there for 4 quarters. We didn't play until the fourth quarter. Now they could come out there against Detroit like that, and we're gonna be PO'd again because they're not gonna win playing like that. And I said that in the chat. They gotta raise their level. Y'all should have came out there with your level raised and you played down. Now, Purdy had a couple plays where he should have got picked. So that was luck and grace for him. You can't do that this week and expect to win. Now, look like Debo gonna play because he was limited today. But it ain't about Debo. Now, the clip you showed, Jawan, to me, the players that played and that really was out there really running from the jump was Jawan and was Demo. I don't know where the hell the rest of them was at. But if they play like that this week, we gonna be disappointed again. So that's just my opinion. They got outplayed. They really got outplayed until the end of the game when it counted. So
I got you. I got you. I share some of those sentiments. I definitely don't think that they came out firing on all cylinders, to say the least. I think Purdy looked skittish a lot during the game, and I know again, shots out to Prez. Prez was really harping on the O line and the protection. And while I definitely think there's truth to that, because we know that, the other side of the line opposite of Trent Williams isn't the best. But I still think that he had opportunities to make plays that he didn't make. Like I heard a lot of the pundits saying he was aiming the ball because he was scared he was scared to make the mistake. And ultimately, in my opinion, you can't be afraid to fail if you're trying to win. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, like he was saying in his presser, on to the new week, all that's basically, old news because we scheming for something new, everything new. So hopefully, new approach, I guess. But I would argue same approach he had during the regular season. Man, go out there, make the plays that's there to be made. If it ain't there, check it down. But if it's there, let it go, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
Purdy himself said that he has got to play with a controlled abandonment. He can't be afraid to make mistakes because he's made mistakes. And statistics aside, I went back and watched that whole game twice. I watched it this afternoon. And I kept stressing, because Prez had said to me about the O-line was trash against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And the O-line is played poorly that game, but Purdy also was more stationary that game. And he's more effective when he moves more. And in that last drive, he did not stay in the pocket, did he? He moved around and made opportunities for himself. So I don't think the O-line is doing anything that we didn't expect them to do. In fact, I think they've overachieved most of the season.
Props.
To be honest with you. And as a young quarterback, and as a player with all the hype and press about him, after a while, it's got to get in your head. And we came out emotionally flat last game. We acted like we belonged there without wanting to be there.
And see, some of that's my problem, because in my opinion, I felt in previous seasons that was kind of the problem. Y'all expected to get back because of what you had done, kind of resting on your laurels. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I felt this year, for the most part, they came out with more of an aggressive approach, knowing that, yeah, we got to go take this shit. We can't just expect because we good that we gonna. You know what I'm saying? And to me, last week, you saw some of the old habits kind of creep in early, which is, I ain't gonna say alarming, but I definitely didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Kittle spoke to that. You know what Kittle said?
Was that
Purdy started speaking up in the end of the third quarter after a couple of missed opportunities. He started getting in people's faces, and they respected that. And then in the beginning of the game-winning drive, he said, let's go take it home. Everybody put everything on every play. Now, anybody can say that, but you got to have somebody, you got to respect somebody that does say it and get people to do it. I was emotional most of the game, too, because I didn't know who was playing. Seriously, I was like, man, what are they going to start caring?
Well, I mean, they didn't play with no sense of urgency till
No.
they needed. And that, you can't have that, especially this week. Y'all, okay. And they were talking about it because I watched the pressers today and yesterday and all of that. And they're talking about, well, asking the question, okay, well, it took you all of this, it took you a year to get back to this point. Now you're back. Okay, well, yeah, y'all lost last year, you didn't got back. Now, what motivated you to get back was the fact that you didn't have the opportunity because you didn't have the quarterback. Now you got everything in line. The whole team is healthy. Debo probably gonna play. You got the home advantage. You got the crowd. There's no more excuses. It's time to go kick the door in and take it. But you got to come from jump with it. You can't wait till the third and fourth quarter because you'll be down to Detroit if you come out like that. Now, y'all should have got the wake-up call after this one. We gonna find out if you got the wake-up call and you gonna come from jump. Okay, but my thing is, what I didn't like when I was texting in the chat, okay, Shanahan, you see Purdy struggling. Take the ball out of his hands, give it to McCaffrey till he get his confidence back. And in this game, okay, they talking about Detroit secondary, this and that or whatever. The way, to me, you protect your line is run right at. establish a run, then come off your play action game, then come off the regular passing game. And if Debo and they're healthy and we got our weapons, we should be able to exploit it. But play to the strength of the line, which is the run blocking as opposed to the pass block. Okay, that's where you kind of got caught against the Ravens. You wanted to come out there throwing it because you got confidence in Brock, and I'm glad you do. But against certain teams, you got to establish the run to protect him so he don't make the mistake. It's not that he will make the mistake and that he's looking to make the mistakes, but if you put him in position, come on, man, 39 times or too many times to throw the ball.
Yeah.
You got that time McCaffrey touched the ball, he'll get 6-7 yards a carry. Okay, well then feed him until they stop it. Okay, case in point, when they took the ball out of Jimmy's hands because he knew Jimmy couldn't do it, he gave it to most of 30 times and they ran for 300 yards. And so to me, that's where Shanahan messed up. You see he's struggling. It's the weather condition, whatever that is. He literally threw 3 picks. They dropped them. Take the ball out of his hands, reestablish your game plan with the run. Okay, if the majority of the game plan was Debo and McCaffrey getting the mismatches, then okay. And this is what we've been talking about all year. If you want to still use a mismatch, then give Elijah Mitchell a chance or give Mason a chance. I don't know what it is. And I sit there watching the game, and I'm frustrated because I'm like, bruh, you need to take the ball out the boy's hands. I love Purdy, and y'all know I'm all for Purdy. I want the underdog to win because I'm tired of the narrative with all of the BS and all of the crap. Okay? And we know the narrative ain't going to change even if he winning, but still, come on, man. You feed into the narrative by keeping the ball in his hands, and you know he off. You sitting there seeing he off, and you're not giving nobody else a chance. But to me, okay, use the talent you got. That's what I do like about Green Bay. They use all of the talent that's available. Okay, we got running backs. Okay, Elijah Mitchell finally healthy for a damn change. Run him a little bit. Mason been there all year long. Every time Mason get the ball, he run like he ain't gonna never run it again. So come on, man. Use the people that's available to you. You know, and that's what was frustrating because it's like, okay, you can still get the mismatch with McCaffrey if you run Mitchell. Come on, man, before McCaffrey got there, Mitchell damn near ran for 1,000 and you ran him in the ground. So come on.
If you use the run first option, as good as a quarterback is, as good as our offense, our top 4 offensive threats are, you're able to stretch the field because they got to respect the run. Now they sit back and playing center fielder. They get into our quarterback. They're moving him. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing from a dirty pocket. He's still a second-year quarterback. Now, when he has a clean pocket or the field's been stretched and the running game is kicking in, he puts the ball in the breadbasket. He's throwing some of the most accurate passes I've ever seen a young quarterback throw. So what are our strengths? You've been calling it all year, P. Warrior. Run first. It opens up to the rest of the field. It gives our offensive line this confidence. We've got a very emotional team because they're still living off last year's disappointment. And fear creeps in. What I will say about our young quarterback this time was when it counted, he stood tall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, your shot. It's your turn.
Hey, bro, look, I ain't gonna really I'm not gonna lay into him too much right now. I do, well, I mean, it's obvious, but I do agree. When it was time to make a play at the end, he had opportunity. He made the plays. We was able to get down there, get the win. So ultimately, you tip your hat to him. But ultimately, you may not get the opportunity to make shit up. You got to do good the first time. You know what I'm saying? More or less. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
All the time, the teacher don't give you the opportunity to make up the assignment. In this case, the cornerback or the safety might not drop the pick. You might go down 7, 10, 14 points because of, you know what I'm saying, because you're skittish early and or Kyle haven't put you in a position. I'm with you. We all agree run the ball at the same time too, which we did see on the drive in the fourth quarter to get the lead or win the game. He gave him some of the Jimmy Gimmies. What happened to the Jimmy Gimmies? The quick play action, hit, dump off the Kittle, that little bullshit. Give him some of those. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna kill him right now, but ultimately, y'all know how I felt. And again,
but then that goes back to Kyle too.
Yeah,
that's more reflective of Shanahan than I think it is of Kittle. Because those first 20 plays are scripted.
But that's my thing. And like I say, you're getting too cute.
Yep.
All that McCaffrey gonna run in motion and line up 4 yards in the backfield, but all the way wide to the side because you're trying to stretch him and shit. I
You
feel
know,
you, but at some point in time, this the playoffs, bro. And fellas, I'm a basketball dude ultimately at heart. So when we talk football, I'm going to flip it to basketball because it all relates, especially in the playoffs. In the playoffs, they call the game different. It
yeah.
becomes a more physical game. All that pretty shit, some of it worked, but man, it's about man to man moving who's in front of you. It's about man beating a man. It's all that scheme shit. Scheme only getting you so far now because we own scheme. Everybody's attention to detail is higher. We done studied more, so forth and so on. So you're not going to necessarily just scheme your way to victory. Now it's about physically dominating some shit and with a little bit of scheme sprinkled on the top.
Yeah.
Well,
You gotta put your best players making their best plays. I mean, that's you called it, man. You called it. We're trying to almost overthink the game.
And that's why to me, sometimes I like always Peyton Manning, great quarterback, but to me, sometimes you're so smart, you're thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel similar about Shanahan as opposed to Brady. Similar intellect, but man, look, let's just get it done. You know what I'm saying? I think Shanahan gotta get out his head a little bit and just let it fly, man.
and that's the point I'm trying to make. You see the boy struggling, and yet you won't take the
Pivot.
ball and make it simple by going back to what your strength is. Run the ball and then come back with a pass. Okay, I think, and to your point, Shanahan trying to trip them up and go opposite of what they think they're gonna do.
And
He
it tripped
figuring,
us up.
yeah, exactly. You figuring Green Bay gonna be trying to stop the run automatically, so let's go ahead and try to put the ball in Brock's hand. Okay, bro, it wasn't working. Go back to establish what you know can work, and then come back with the pass after that. Okay, now Debo had to been a big part of your game plan because it's like when he went out, it's like y'all just lost your head or whatever the case was. But okay, you still got playmakers out there, and we still had enough to win it. But come on, man. To Ben's point, there's only so much you can do with scheme when everybody's sitting on your scheme. Okay, you can make adjustments here and there, but come on, man, run behind Banks and Williams. Run to that left side, establish that thing, then come off with the play action in the boot game and all of this stuff to give him the confidence that he didn't have starting off.
I mean, you got a quarterback whose last experience was making some mistakes. And now you're going to ask him to come out there and try to play mistake free. And like Ben was saying, he starts aiming the ball,
All right.
throwing flat footed. His strength is mobile and cockiness. If he starts to overthink, he's readable. He's readable just like any young quarterback.
All right.
Now, when that pass play he made to Kittle, put that ball in the breadbasket, what did he do in the pocket? He shifted the pocket himself, bought some time, and threw it in the breadbasket where only his receiver could catch it. You know, I went back and counted. 22 of his touchdown passes were put in a position where only his receiver could catch the ball. It was either going to be an incompletion or a touchdown. That's what you want your quarterback to do.
But now I'm about to get on you. Because what
You
you're
get it?
doing a lot of right now, and I'm with you, but what you're doing a lot of right now is giving me what he did in the regular season. It's a new season. Now,
That's
I
on the
could
whole
get
team.
right, but I'm talking about him specifically. I could give you your credit on the last drive, but at the end of the day, I need you to be replicating what you was doing in the regular season when right now when it really count. That's what I've been telling you all that shit before. And all them stats, 4,000 yards, all that sound good till the playoffs come and everybody on the scheme and the
But
window's tight. Now I need you to, I
do the
need it
same
now.
thing.
I need, but look, I need it with a little sauce on it because it's the playoffs.
You
You
also
got to
got to have
take the game up to another level.
your coach got to coach within their strengths also. We'll all need to agree that Purdy was not coached and schemed in his strengths at the beginning of that last game.
Bro, I'm with you, and we kind of singing the same song because I guess not speaking about it right then and there, but we all right now have spoken to the fact that Shanahan need to coach better. You need to get out your head, so forth and so on. So I'm with you on that. Put him in a position to be successful. At the same time, Brock,
Make
at
the
some
play.
point in time, because it's the playoffs, bro, you got to be able to transcend the system.
Look,
You got to go ahead, P. Warrior.
Sum it up and like this. We need Brock to play like he played in the fourth quarter, and that wouldn't drive the whole damn game now. That's it.
Now
Play
it's
like
time
that.
to show that laser focus and that accuracy and that moxie and that.
For 4 quarters now.
Don't get jittery now. You wasn't jittery in the regular season. You was pounding your chest.
We just need
you pounding your chest now.
We just need him to do it for 2 games.
That's it. That's it.
The way you played on that last drive is the way you got to play from jump against Detroit. If you play like that against Detroit, they ain't got no chance. But I'm tired of talking about the offense. I want to get on this defense.
Nah. Hey, before you get on the defense, let me run this clip I got because we know one thing. Aaron Jones had success running the ball. We know they got 2 backs over there, one that's special, 4.3 speed and it's 4.3 speed on the field. So, a little something I seen on, while I was watching. Y'all check it out and we're going to get right back to it.
All right.
And also creating those angles to get up on Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw and allow discombobulation at the line of scrimmage. The zone stretch scheme is so hard to defend because it gets defensive linemen in the mindset of playing east and west as opposed to playing north and south. What you want to do defensively is get upfield and make that running back have to cut.
Bunch up top. Condensed splits matter. Now they're going to motion out of it. Why do condensed split matter? Because then you can take a wide receiver and block a big person, like at the bottom of the screen with Watson, and then you pull big people to block little people. This is the type of run that is going to get on the perimeter on a consistent basis. There's that bunch up top again. Now, again, you're going to get that motion. I'm going to pin with the small person, the end man on the line of scrimmage, and we are going to pull with big people. You're basically stealing an advantage versus the defense. As long as you got a receiver, and Detroit does, and Amon-Ra, St. Brown's, or Reynolds, or your tight ends, that can pin that end man on the line of scrimmage, you are going to run this play. Bunch at the bottom. Now, every single time they've gone to the motion, right? Well, Detroit, I promise you, is going to be able to go either to the motion or away from the motion. All 3 of these blocks are made by wide receivers. All 3 of these blocks have offensive linemen out on the perimeter blocking either corners.
All right, fellas, that's the old pin and pull right there. And we know if that ball get any one of those holes, he taking it to the crib. Ain't nobody gonna be able to catch him. So
that's the thing.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Cuz, come on, man. Hargraves, Armstead, Bosa, and Chase Young. First round picks, Pro Bowlers. Y'all making all this freaking money. I'm not gonna curse. Where in the hell was y'all at the line of scrimmage? Now, Armstead is the only one got an excuse because you ain't played because you been hurt. The rest of y'all been in there. Where the hell was you at? No penetration, no upfield, no nothing. Like I said, the only person to me played on defense outside of Warner getting the picks. Outside of Greenlaw getting the picks, because Fred Warner, you got caught too a little bit with Diamondola Noah.
Yes.
That's it. And maybe Ward on some plays. And the safety they had in there, Logan or whoever, y'all should have put Jair Brown in there.
Yep.
And Hufanga, because Hufanga would have came up there and been smashing everything. They need Hufanga. Unfortunately, they ain't got him. But where is the defensive line? Where y'all at?
Young, Armstead, Hargrave, and Bosa.
They're going to run for 300 yards if y'all play like that because both of them running backs is good. And that boy Gibbs, I seen him play at Alabama. That boy is special. Can catch the ball, run the ball, everything.
Remind me of CJ2K.
Yeah, he nice.
Let me say something about Armstead. About Young, Hargrave, and Bosa. This last game, I've never seen those guys standing so straight up in all season. They've been stood straight up. I only saw them pressure the quarterback twice in the entire game, and he was staying in the pocket. These bad boys got to get hungry. They need to eat. We got Chase Young and Bosa think we could have a dual-edged threat. Somebody always in the back. Have you seen it?
Nope. I know I ain't
You seen it, Ben?
Nope. Oh,
Has
See, I-
anybody? Has anybody? Is anybody out there? I mean,
uh-uh.
no. That's like fishing with no bait. Yeah, you in the water.
you
Ain't
right
I'm
about
gonna
much
tell
gonna
you
happen.
now, bro. You
water,
show me a
but
team getting pressure, I'm gonna show you a team that ain't getting sacks.
There
You
you go.
feel me? And we barely getting pressure, so you know we ain't getting no sacks.
Mhm.
And we gonna need to get home against golf, but you're not gonna get home if you can't contain the run. Because if you can't contain the run, then the players ain't gonna be eating your ass up.
All
So
that.
it all start with stopping the run. Now I heard what's the D coordinator name?
Wilkes.
I
Yeah.
heard Wilkes at the press conference basically saying on those runs like the pin and pull, they gotta make sure that they getting north and south, getting up the field and reestablishing the line of scrimmage as opposed to being stretched vertically and then not a backers, they getting people on them and all of this shit. Well, then that means y'all need to stonewall something in the front. And you see what I'm saying? Where y'all at? So yeah, this about to tell a lot. What about where you invested your money? Was it a wise investment? So forth and so on. It's going down, fellas.
Well, to quote John Lynch, the engine of the defense and the whole team of the defensive line, and y'all done invested damn near a couple $100 million in it. So there's no excuse for you not to be dominating people. And Detroit got an offensive line that's really good, better than Green Bay.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So
And
yeah,
you got a quarterback that can stretch the field.
Okay.
Golf can throw that pill.
See, I'm gonna go back to what I said at the beginning of the year. I never was worried about the offense. I was always worried about the defense. Why? Because number one, Nick Bosa, you wanted the $150 million. You stayed out the whole camp. Okay, then what was 95? Oh boy. Y'all thought he was gonna do something, which he did in the first game, but then he went to another
Ray
planet.
Jackson, he's still on the team. We don't know.
Well, he after the first he was MIA after the first week, but that's it no there. So then you trade for Chase Young. Okay, Jacksonville game. That's the best game he played.
Yeah, he come out. He happy to be with his brother.
Yeah, like, okay, since the Jacksonville game, you can win MIA, bro.
Nigga just getting a check.
And Bosa and the press are talking about, well, yeah, him and Gregory still learning the scheme. Fuck you, been, excuse my language. You've been there 10 weeks. How the hell you don't know the scheme by now? The scheme is simple. You're supposed to get upfield, get penetration, and get sacks. That's what they're paying you for.
Listen to me. It ain't hard to run a goddamn a D tackle and in stunt. Shit, you loop out, he loop in. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Just let me know when I'm looping in. Like, yeah, what's so hard about this
Now,
shit?
Hargrave, I got to give you your props. You've been there all year, but a lot of times you took the double team because Armstead ain't been there. I can't knock Armstead, bro. You dealing with the plantar fasciitis and all of that, so you had to get back. Just the fact that you made it back, we thank you for that. And I think you'll play better in this game. But come on, man, if y'all play like this against Detroit, these boys gonna run over you. Jared Goff ain't gonna have to throw because you ain't gonna be able to stop the run. Mm-hmm. So come on, man. And Dan Campbell won't run it down your throat. Why?
He gonna touch you.
Our offense off the field because he know his secondary ain't up to snuff. So our man, look, what's the old saying? Offense win games. It's time for this defense. If y'all gonna say you're a champion, it's time to be one.
Yeah, because y'all did give up the goddamn 20-something points to Mahomes.
Yeah, come on, man. It's time for your defense to come to this party. Now, Wilkes, you came for and all of that. That's good. Come on, man.
I will say our red zone defense was solid.
Yeah, that saved us.
Yeah, that saved us. Yeah.
And that basically tells you that they were able to condense and they didn't have to worry about going too much vertical. They could afford to play horizontal because we are not getting vertical penetrations in that backfield. We are just not getting to the other opposing quarterback. And all we need as a team is one or two super defensive plays, and we win games. But if you let them run all over us, my God. Look what Baltimore did. And that's with us giving them the ball back 4 times, of course.
Same way y'all played against Jacksonville, the same way you played against Philly, the same way
Yep.
you played against Dallas. All of the good teams except for Baltimore. It was the only game against a good team that defensively you got outmatched, and that was because of the turnovers. Because you did hold
Yeah, I
them
mean, you
down.
got to be. They got put in bad defensive positions with a
But
good quarterback. Yeah.
big time games that you played against teams, the defense came to the party and nominated. This game ain't about the offense, because we should have enough offensive score. We gotta stop them. If you gonna win a championship, the defense gotta come to it. It can't be Fred, it can't be Dre, it can't be Diamador Lenore and Chavez. The defensive line is what you put your money in and you invested your draft picks in. It's time for y'all to get off your behind, wake up. Bosa, you been a disappointment. You got the money, but come on, man, you ain't did nothing this year. You got sacks just cause. You ain't really dominate nothing. Well, it's time for you to do it. You've been there all year. Come on. What you
I
waiting
heard
for?
Rex Ryan said something on the radio. I was in my car today. Now, Rex was a heck of a defensive coach and a good coach overall. He said the 49ers defense can be described in the last game as red zone, deep red zone pride, and shallow discipline. So the team didn't play with a lot of discipline, and the epitome of the play is at the end of the game when Greenlaw intercepted the ball and he didn't go down, putting a turnover at risk after working that hard to secure the win. He's saying that Steve Wilks does not have complete respect from his defensive squad. He says it's evident in the way they play. People not staying in their lanes. The offensive line not being aggressive. I mean, you got 4 guys on that offensive line that should be in that backfield, one of the 4 every single play. Young, Armstead, Hargraves, and Bosa. They should be getting some of that quarterback's butt some kind of way. And I have not seen it in 3 straight games, at least 3.
Mm-hmm.
Did we even get a sack last game? It was a coverage sack if we got one.
Oh, they ain't getting no sacks.
Ain't they so? Like the quarterback ran into somebody. But us going to get the quarterback, no.
They ain't getting no sacks.
So if you want to be concerned about something, I'm agreeing with you, P. It's the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the quarterback and force him to run, then everything else comes up closer.
Well, check
It's going to
this
be a
out.
good one, though.
All right, check this. You say defensive line. Let's flip it a little, and I'm a kind of combo it. Heard Dan Campbell talking, and again, playoff time, fellas, all over the scheme. And he was basically just talking about all the end breaking routes we love to run, deep this, deep that, to the inside of the field, so forth and so on. Obviously, gonna be keying on the middle of the field. Nevertheless, combo that with Hutchinson, who we figure they're gonna try to single up opposite of
Kivitz.
there we go. They're gonna try to get him on McKivitz.
Mm-hmm.
So what y'all thinking about that? The matchup with Hutchinson and McKivitz, because that's gonna be one of the critical matchups in the game. And then what you say?
That's the right side of the line.
You gotta go against the tendencies of what they already expecting you to do. They said all of the analysts said in the game, Green Bay sitting right in the middle of the field on all the inside routes. Okay, well, you got to throw the outbreaking routes. See, this is where if Debo plays, you can get the ball to him in space against their defense. You're gonna have to tag the perimeter, but you're gonna have to run at Hutchinson.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to run at him and make him play run deep. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they know if and this is what I'm saying. And I've been saying it the last X amount of weeks. How Kyle gonna come out when they have that first possession? Is he gonna come out throwing or is he gonna come out running? Because that's kind of a tell of how the game plan gonna be. He came out throwing against Green Bay because he was trying to get the ball to Debo. He was trying to get the ball to McCaffrey and all of these people. Okay, well, Detroit's supposed to have one of the top run defenses, but sometimes, going back to your point, Ben, it ain't about if they're good against a run. If you want to establish a mentality that we're going to play smash mouth and we're going to control the line of scrimmage, then who gives a damn if you good against the run? We gonna still run it. I guarantee you, Dan Campbell ain't gonna care if we was number one in the run defense.
Nope.
He gonna come out with the mentality to run. So Shanahan, you got to flip the script. You got to change and go opposite of what he think you gonna do. You see what I'm saying? And you got to get the ball to McCaffrey. You got to get the ball to Debo if he playing. You got to get the ball to IU. Come on, man, get these boys in motion. You got to get the ball to Kittles. Now, I don't think they got great linebackers, so I think that's what he gonna try to attack. But if you go, let's say Debo don't play, in which it look like he is, and you still want to get the matchup with McCaffrey, this is the time when you should be running Mason or running old boy to still use McCaffrey the way you want to use him. And see this, come on, man. For as much as Shanahan is labeled this genius and all of this stuff, is like y'all been saying, he get in his own head and overthink things. Sometimes
It becomes predictable.
Yeah.
Very
Switch it
predictable.
up, man, because they're gonna be sitting on him and breaking routes. So okay, throw the ball to the outside. Purdy got the arm strength. We didn't see him make throws from one side of the field to the next. Perfect passes. So it ain't like he can't do it. So incorporate that into the game plan. And then when they start sitting on those, then you come back hitting them in the middle. Everybody know we want to attack the middle of the field, but you got to switch it up. But then establish a run too. You got to make the game easy for Purdy. We ain't expecting him to be no Lamar Jackson and Mahomes where he could pull a game out by himself. We know that ain't him. But he do got enough of that, the clutch gene and the, above average, physical ability to make the plays necessary. Case in point when they ran to get to the 6-yard line before they got the winning touchdown. So, but you can't. To me, you can't just come out just trying to put it all on him. If he come out and he hitting from jump and you can see him from jump, then by all means keep it until they stop it. But come on, man, to me that ain't the wise play, especially if he, we don't want him to come out struggling. But if he do, then come on, Kyle, you got to go another way to reestablish him to get it back on track. If it go off the rails, which we don't want it to, So,
well, I look at two things. We talked about the offensive line. We talked about the defensive line. We talked about going off script, which was a Kittle strength at one point. I mean, not Kittle, Purdy's strength. But let's talk about a couple of people that stepped up in that game. Besides, Conley made a nice catch, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good throw and a great catch. He high pointed Jennings, went up there and took the hit. So, if we need a Debo-like player, or do we need a Debo-like play? If you don't have a Debo, I didn't hear what you said.
I said they didn't need somebody to make a play. I don't know about Ray. He wasn't all that needed.
Nah, leave that boy alone, man. Leave that boy alone.
Ray out.
But to me, though, that's when I feel like you could put Elijah Mitchell out there who gonna give you the same versatility just in a different way as a Debo. He could run it or he could catch it. At least short the intermediate. You feel me? So why not put him out there with McCaffrey if Debo can't go or he get nicked a little bit?
And you saved Mitchell all season.
Right.
You saved him all season. Let's use him.
Or you can put him.
We got to go to Mitchell, Mason, and Debo.
Yeah,
but McCaffrey can't take 15 extra hits. Shouldn't have to. The much talent we got.
Nah, real shit.
Real talk. That last play, the winning touchdown, he was the strongest person on the field at that point because the man had him stopped. He just willed himself into the end zone. Straight stiff arm, stepped out, and kept it moving. That's a ball player right there, man.
Oh, he know how to fall forward now.
Oh yeah.
Look, he know how to fall forward, bro. It's crazy.
Do you think we can win a shootout against Detroit?
I think they can. I just
hope they don't.
It's the defense. It's the defense. Gotta like old Chuck Daly used to say when he was coaching Detroit. I gotta have the defense. I gotta have it. I ain't worrying about the offense. We can score. I need you to stop somebody.
That's how you win the game.
It's the defense that's got to come to this, man, because Detroit can score the ball. They got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, they do.
And it's the defense that's got. It's the defensive line that's got to set the tone for this party, man. Come on, Kuseric. You just supposed to be the top defensive line coach, and come on, man. I know you. Come on, these boys y'all got to come with it. If the defense come to the party, we gonna beat them because eventually Goff, we gonna get that pressure. If they get the pressure to him, he might throw it to us.
Well, check this out. We done talked about the front end and we ain't got long, so let's get to the back end, specifically of our defense, baby. And shouts out to Ambry Thomas because for me personally, he had been better. And I heard that he said basically he felt like his game was a little off. I guess he had been hurt, didn't necessarily get the reps the week leading up into the game, so he felt like he was a step off or whatnot. We definitely gonna need him this week. They got 3 good receivers, and one of the receivers is a burner. You know what I'm saying? The boy Williams, Jameson Williams or whatever. He a burner.
Oh, and St. Brown ain't bad either. And
well, that's Demo all day in the slot with St. Brown.
yes,
we know
Lord.
worst case,
And
if it's
Montgomery can run that
3rd
ball.
and 6+, just throw it up and 50-50 ball right now with the flag. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna need some sticky coverage. And we gonna need some people to make some plays on the ball, and you know what I'm saying, and not get these flags.
Time out for a second there. Just for 1 second. How can we be at home and not have the right cleats on?
Don't make no sense to me. Coach,
Not just 1 quarter, not just second 2 quarters. Damn near 3 quarters of the game. We got the cornerback slipping, falling down at our own stadium. Are you crazy?
yeah, I was watching Johnny Dale. Shout out to Johnny Dale. I was watching his breakdown. Yeah, slipping and sliding all over the place. Like I said, a lot of the times on critical 3rd downs.
Of course. A couple quick cuts and we lost.
Yeah,
We was on the ground while they were scoring, trying to get up.
right. It was rough, bro.
It was hard to watch.
Yeah, I thought the same shit. Like, what's up with the equipment guy? You damn near fired. Better we lose, boy. You out of job. You hear me?
If we had a loss, he'd have been fired that day.
Yes. Yeah, you was out of there.
And a lot of it, I mean, the players even knew it. I mean, you play one series of down and can't tell when you make a cut, you slipping. Come on now. And you know it's raining out there, and you're not a good rain team to begin with.
Question:
Anyhow,
what is Bosa's matchup gonna be, Sewell? Or is it the other tackle? Because I'm not sure. But I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup. Whether it's Chase or Bosa, really, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup. I think that's a key matchup, especially in obvious pass situations. You know what I'm saying?
Sewell, the bad boy. He's on the right side, though.
Okay. Well, Chase gonna have to deal with that all night. You know, Bosa flip-flop sometimes, though, so he might.
And Jonah Jackson ain't bad either.
Yeah, well, hey, it's gonna be a challenge, bro. Like if you're all pro, you about to show it Sunday, because you're gonna end up
find
with
out.
some pretty good talent. And these boys, I think all these boys is pretty young too. They're not they're not long in the tooth.
Let's just say there ain't no flukes in the playoffs right now. Ain't no flukes in the conference line. All 4 of these teams are real teams. Ain't nobody gonna have an easy game. Baltimore's not gonna have an easy game. Kansas City's not gonna have an easy game. 49ers, I'm hoping we have an easy game, but we may not have an easy game. And Detroit, damn sure ain't gonna have an easy game. If I got to come play myself,
Real.
I'm just kidding. I can't play. You know that now, right? Everybody know that.
I'm with you, but boy, sometimes I feel like I could.
Feel like you strap up and get out there. But well, if you can't play, you can play with the other team's emotions. Or like y'all get fired up. You know, it's funny that when you have a cerebral coach, you gotta have somebody on that team with as much talent as it has that can fire them up emotionally. I've seen Purdy do it sometimes. I got a feel I'm going to need to see him do it more in this game, no matter what the outcome, however it's going. And the reason I say that is this. Besides all the other scheming, he had to feed 4 all-pro level talents the ball to where they were all productive.
Real.
That ain't easy.
Oh no, you definitely got to have some management / distribution skills.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. And as far as firing them up, man, look, I was looking at some old clips earlier when we played Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
When old Patrick Willis was giving the speeches, you did, before the games. Man, that boy Pete Willis was the truth, bro. He had
Amen.
me he had me hyped up. Oh, that's what we need this week. I know they come out with the boom box, they be swagging and stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's all. That's all. That's cause and effect. That ain't, And first of all, when you look at that, because somebody has emailed me this, it ain't inspirational if only half the teams participate.
and that's just what I was about to say. We need somebody who gon'
Galvanize the whole thing.
yeah, man, who about to
Now,
really light a fire under them boys.
I sincerely hope that somebody gets to Purdy and can get him to say to that whole team, or get the team, we've had this last year. They owe us. We got to go take it. They don't owe us. We got to go take it. Let's forget last year. This is our time. Our time. Our time. Play after play after play. It's the fourth quarter and the first quarter. That's what we need to be talking about. It's the fourth quarter and we down by 7. That's how we need to play. The whole game. You said it right,
Definitely
Warrior.
come out with that too cool for school attitude.
Yep. It's funny. I said at the beginning of the season, about halfway through the season, I was thinking that, like, damn, this season is acting like any given Sunday. On any given Sunday, anybody can win. But at the end, it all shook out.
Hey man, let's hope the cream keep rising to the top, and we are the cream. I'm hoping. You feel me?
If we play the game the way we know to play, if we play the game with the right, we don't get too cute and change up too much just because it is the playoffs, and just execute. One thing my nephew used to say, it's about executing, 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 executing. And he was absolutely right about that. We may not always like the scheme, we may not always agree with the scheme, but you still have got to execute and stay within our strengths. Run pass option when your quarterback's off is the best way to get him back on. So is having a terrific 2,000-yard from scrimmage player beside you. Let him run the ball. He can run through traffic, he can run through hell. You got Mason, a smash mouth runner. Mitchell, a smash mouth runner. Optional, just like Debo. You got Debo. And if he's just a decoy, make him questionable till game time. So it's hard to scheme against that. You feel what I'm saying? And let's throw everything at it.
Well, Onk, you kind of did what I was about to ask you for, so I was gonna ask y'all for y'all, give me y'all closing and
Yep.
a prediction on the game. So you basically gave me a closing. Let me get a prediction. You can hit me with a score if you want, but let me know something.
34-17 49ers.
34-17. How
Yeah.
many touchdowns for Brock?
3.
3 touchdowns. No picks?
Uh,
No
no,
picks. I like
no,
that.
no, 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 no.
P Warrior, what you got from it?
What? Well, could we doing prediction scores? What keys
Yeah,
to the
Yeah.
game?
give me a closing spell, predictions, scores, all that.
Okay, well, it's the defense. Defense got to come. And this is if you go into the Super Bowl, your defense got to be a championship defense on Sunday. I'm looking for Dre and I'm looking for Fred to have big games. But I need Bosa. I need these boys to get some sacks.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come to the party with the defensive line. And I think the defense got something to prove and to, kind of shut some people up who've been saying they didn't slip the lil. Now, as far as the score, I think they'll score 30 points because typically when we win, we score 30. So I think they'll score 30. I think Detroit will score maybe 20. I think it'll be 30-20, somewhere in there. Brock with touchdowns, I think maybe 2-3. I'll say no picks. And I think McCaffrey have a big game as well. So I'm predicting 30-20. And I'm also predicting if they go down and score, if they get the ball first, which they typically defer. To me, the key to the game is if Detroit get it first and they stop them and we get it and we score, we win it. Because when they typically play well, we done jumped on everybody quick. and they then went on. So that's what I'm looking for. If when they get the ball, can we stop them, get off the field, and when we get the ball, we go down and score, then I think it's going to be a good day for us. So I still think they win the game 30-20. We go to the Super Bowl, and I think it'll be Kansas City. I think Kansas City going to catch Baltimore slipping.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a rematch. Kansas City and the 49ers. Everything come full circle. This time, not Brock and not Jimmy.
I don't know if I agree with Kansas City beating Baltimore, though.
I think Mahomes got it. Mahomes like Montana. You can't count him out. Baltimore good. Lamar Jackson good, but Lamar, you ain't really faced that pressure before.
He promised Baltimore a chip.
Making it reality is two different things. Oh, you know that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. I mean,
I think and when they count,
that'll be a game I can enjoy watch.
yeah, I think
We're not gonna suffer through.
gonna pull it out because Kansas City got a good defense too. Everybody talking about more defense, but Kansas City got a good defense too. So
That's it.
It's a good game, but I take my chance with Mahomes.
I got you.
We'll see, but I think we get to the Super Bowl, and of course, if we get down, believing we winning it. So I think they're gonna get there.
Let's say, bro. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go 27-20. I think Brock might have 2 tutties. I think CMC probably have 2 tutties, something like that. I'm gonna say definitely got to dominate the trenches, both sides. I think game gonna be won and lost right there. What 97 is gonna be the best 97 on the field? I'll put it as, you feel me? With the real 97, please stand up. And ultimately, our boy, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have to make 2 to 3, plays, whether it's with his legs, you know what I'm saying, nice throw, so forth and so on. You're gonna have to make 2-3 plays to, for us to really be there, because I think it's gonna be a game. And don't forget about the little rivalry between Gardner Johnson and Debo. I want y'all to keep that in mind. The back and forth, who be stupid, get the penalties, so forth and so on. You feel me? Watch that little battle there too. Even though Kittle dogged the shit out of him when he played for the Saints, watch him and Debo, because they've been back and forth since earlier in the year.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What was your score prediction, though?
I say 27-20. Yeah, I say 27-20.
Okay. All right.
So that's the bubble, fellas.
We ready.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I look forward to hearing from y'all on the chat. Hopefully, we complaining, but not too much. You feel me?
We'll be on it. We're gonna be on it. and at least once you're gonna have me say Purdy time.
If you saying that, bro, we having a hell of a day. You feel me? So
Absolutely. I did it in the fourth quarter in the last chat. I said it's Purdy time. It pissed him off.
I look forward to hearing it. You hear me?
Yeah.
We want to hear you say Purdy time, and I want to say Purdy man.
There you go, Purdy man. Purdy, please.
Yes. Hey, that's what I'm saying right now. Please.
I'd like to be saying that early in the game, though, so we blowing them out.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
All right, my brother, it's always a pleasure.
And know it, man. Appreciate y'all. Shouts out to that boy Prayers for P Warrior, Uncle Keith, myself, Benjamin, as faithful boys. We gonna keep banging the infinity. Y'all know what it is. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we catch y'all next week.